Someone else who's excited for football is Lucy, and she's standing by in the sports studio to give us our pregame show for tomorrow's game.
John, you got that right. I'm definitely excited. So welcome to the second pregame show of the year. Iowa, they're taking on Rutgers. And obviously, we have to start off the show by reminding you that I'm 100% so far on my game picks this season. Iowa beat Miami of Ohio last week in Kinnick, but easily the biggest storyline to come out of that game was offensive lineman Alaric Jackson going down with a pretty nasty injury in the first half and leaving Iowa without their future NFL guard. So it's putting some pressure on now starter Kyler Schott to fill his role.
That adds a little extra, but I think the pressure's already there when there's 60-some thousand people watching you and playing for the Iowa Hawkeyes. But I mean, you could say that because AJ, he's a freak, and coming in for him is like everyone's looking for someone to do something. So you got to be ready to go.
Now, I've never seen a player that excited to talk to the media before, so I think it's safe to say he's excited for his new starting spot. And it also helps that he's got quite the personality. Off the field, his teammates call him Shooter and sometimes even Jack Black.
He kind of looks like Jack Black. I personally think he looks like Mark Tauscher from the Green Bay Packers.
So now, as you can see here, it's up to you to decide whether he looks more like actor Jack Black or Packers player Mark Tauscher. I'm thinking it's kind of a mix of the two. But just like Jack Black and Nacho Libre, Shooter was a wrestler back in the day. Actually, every person on the starting O-line were all Iowa high school heavyweight state medalists.
You know, I think all of us kind of follow what guys do in wrestling, and the same thing going to the state track meet or the Drake relays, whatever. Just watching guys compete and how they do when they're, you know, maybe need a big throw or need a big moment, how they react that way. And yeah, so any kind of success like that always, you know, goes on a guy's resume or it doesn't.
Now I'm just wondering, has anybody told Tom Brands about this yet? I guess we'll just have to see. But back to football, while the O-linemen were wrestling in high school, Amir Smith-Marset was actually playing with some of the Rutgers players back in his home state of New Jersey.
A lot of those kids, they my boys. You know, I talk to them. You know, keep in touch with them. So you know, it's gonna be fun. You know, just going out there and playing with them. You know, playing against them. You know, was supposed to be playing with them, but you know, tables turned. So now I'm playing against them, and you know, it's just gonna be something to look forward to. It's something I'm looking forward to, and they gonna bring it, and I'm gonna bring it. Well, the offense gonna bring it. Iowa gonna bring it. So.
Now, as you can see there, Amir clearly excited to face and probably ready to trash talk some of his teammates from back home in New Jersey. However, the Iowa players, they have a mixed reaction about opening up Big Ten play this early in the season.
It's a little bit different, but you know, we're you know, physical football team. We love to play physical football, and that's what the Big Ten's about. So we're just excited to get back out on the field.
It is kind of weird, but we have to prepare for any team. We prepare for the same way, but it's definitely going to be a challenge just to be better on your game and get your mistakes out the way earlier because this game is going on your record. So.
Now, Kirk Ferentz said if he had it his way, Iowa would not be playing in the Big Ten this early in the season. But even though Iowa is facing the team that finished last in the Big Ten last year, they're not expecting the 1-11 Rutgers team that we saw last season.
A little bit different in some regards with the new quarterback, a transfer that played a good game the other night, threw the ball over the place, and you know, threw the ball really well. They've got two skilled running backs that I think are as good as anybody's got in the conference. Both those guys are really dangerous players. And they've got good skill guys outside as well. Play a 34 front, so that's going to be an adjustment for us. We don't see a lot of that, so that's going to be a big thing for us this week. And then all of their specialists are back, and they're good special teams outfit, and they have been for quite some time.
So you see there, Kirk Ferentz thinks that this Rutgers team is going to be a challenge. But believe it or not, this is actually the first time that Rutgers has ever played in Kinnick Stadium, and I think their first experience here, I don't think it's going to be a good one. Rutgers has an explosive running game, but I just don't expect to see them fare well against Iowa's front seven, so I'm taking the Hawks in this one to get their first Big Ten win of the year and start off 2-0. But come on back Monday morning to see if I keep my perfect prediction record intact. Hopefully I do. John, back to you at the desk.